flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
If everybody could stay standing, please. I just want to take a quick moment of silence. We lost a few county employees this year. Earlier in the year, it was Porter County Sheriff's Officer Chris Vanderpool. Recently, it was Animal Shelter Director Darren Biggs, and also Soil and Water Supervisor Keith Gustafson. So if we could just take a moment of silence and remember them, please. Thank you. All right. Been a lot going on, and we've got a lot going on. So, real quick, can we get a roll call?
Jeremy Rivas.
Here.
Red Stone.
Here.
Andy Vasquez.
Here.
Greg Sims.
Present.
Andy Bozick.
Present.
Mike Rickner.
Here.
Sylvia Grant.
Here.
All right.
Barely.
We've got a quorum. Let's so I don't forget, let's do the approval of minutes for 2024 first reading for the budget.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion and second. All in favor signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. If we could do first reading real quick, please.
The following appropriations have been brought before you tonight for your consideration. General fund, overtime, $9,800, medical and hospital services, a reduction of $9,800. Public defender supplemental, legal services, $25,000. Opioid restricted, contractual services, $50,000. Juvenile probation user, toxicology lab, $3,000. Porter County Expo Fund, interfund transfer, $175,000. Porter County Expo Capital Fund, building and structures, $175,000. Stop grant salaries, $5,000. PCC RVC tourism hourly, $10,000. Building and structures, $3,000. Building, $350,000.
Thank you. All right, I'm gonna, if you guys don't mind, move a few things around. I highly doubt everybody's here to see me, so I guess we'll shift some things around and let you guys get on your way. So tonight, earlier, I think it might have been a month ago, Councilman Bozick had asked to recognize the Union Center Elementary School of Porter County for receiving a Blue Ribbon Award. So appreciate you, Andy, bringing that up. And so with that, I know we've got a couple representatives from U.S. Senator Todd Young's office, Jose Diaz, and a representative from U.S. Senator Mike Braun's office, Tony Ferraro. Sorry. So if you guys want to come up and Tony, Jose, if you guys don't mind, come on up. And I think what it has on here, the principal, Christopher Gabriel, and it says school team member, so I'm not too sure, is the principal here?
He signed it.
All right, perfect. So.
Oh, he's wearing Purdue
that's
too.
Team member, so there we go. So if you guys, want to
Aiden's wearing Indiana.
take over, I don't know.
Yes.
There's microphone. Right, there's one right there. You just passed one up. It should be yellow.
Testing.
Got you.
There's no mic drop with it.
I'll give one to the other one too.
Test, test.
All right, mic drops allowed. The principal can mic drop.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, esteemed guests, and proud parents. My name is Jose Diaz, and I serve as the Regional Director in the Office of U.S. Senator Todd Young. It is a great pleasure that we gather here today to congratulate Union Center Elementary School on achieving this prestigious Blue Ribbon School recognition. This honor reflects the dedication of our educators, the hard work of our students, and the unwavering support of our community. Together, we celebrate excellence in education and a bright future that lies ahead for our students. I'll be reading a brief congratulatory letter provided by U.S. Senator Todd Young. It reads as follows. Dear Union Center Elementary School, congratulations on receiving the prestigious National Blue Ribbon Schools Award. National Blue Ribbon Schools Awards are bestowed to schools for exemplary high performance or closing achievement gaps. This year, 353 schools nationwide were recognized as National Blue Ribbon Schools, including 7 in Indiana. I'm encouraged to see this level of academic excellence from Hoosier schools and hope that your success can serve as a model for other educational institutions. Again, congratulations on this tremendous accomplishment. It is an honor to represent you in the United States Senate. Your friend in service, U.S. Senator Ty Young. Thank you.
Thank you, Jose, and good evening. My name is Tony Farrar. I'm the Regional Director for the Junior Center State of Indiana, even though he's older. And Senator Mike Braun. And I have brought a letter from the Senator for you, Principal, staff, and members. To Mr. Christopher Gabriel, Principal, Union Center Elementary. Dear Christopher, I want to congratulate you and Union Center Elementary School on being named a National Blue Ribbon School. This award affirms all the hard work and dedication of the faculty, students, and the community to foster an environment of excellence and commitment to student success. The National Blue Ribbon Award attests to your team's hard work and dedication to improving students' lives. However, an integral part of any school system are its leaders. This prestigious award recognizes your ability to formulate a vision and execute it, all the while holding everyone to high standards. I admire the accomplishment of fostering trust and respect amongst faculty, students, and families in order for excellence to be achieved. It is an honor to serve Hoosier schools committed to serving their students. I hope the National Blue Ribbon Award will not only inspire the Union Center Elementary faculty, but also the students as well. With this award also comes a sense of pride in knowing that you have achieved your educational goals. I hope Union Center Elementary will continue to serve as an example for schools throughout Indiana and the United States. Please accept my sincere congratulations on this recognition, and I wish you all the best in your future endeavors. Thank you for allowing me to serve you in the United States Senate. Sincerely, Mike Braun, United States Senator. Congratulations.
We'll give one more. Andy's got one from the council for you guys. So we'll give Andy. Yeah, we'll let Andy.
Let me get out of the picture.
Not as smooth as you are, but we do want to thank you guys, congratulate you guys, and thank you for coming this evening. We've got a certificate that reads, this certificate is awarded to the Union Center Elementary School, Union Township School Corporation, in recognition of your unwavering commitment and wholehearted devotion to empowering Union Center Elementary students to realize their maximum potential. Thank you guys, and you make Porter County proud. We appreciate it.
Hand up there, right?
You're welcome. Oh, congratulations.
Congratulations again. Nice meeting you. Congratulations. I'll have to come down and briefly visit the school. And if there's anything from our office that we can be ever helpful with, I want to leave you, just make sure to be sure you have my contact information there. And please, talk to us anytime. Okay, thank you.
Thank you very much.
Congratulations. All right, one more recognition. This was brought to me from Councilman Sims. So I'll just turn it over to Councilman Sims to explain and award.
See if I can. Here, let's go with this one. Okay. All right. Well, was it last week? Lorelei, we went on a tour. A couple weeks ago, Lorelei, who is our tourism director, and asked me if I wanted to go see Ivy Tech, and absolutely, I've been there, but I've never seen the programs they have. And met with the chancellor. Where's the chancellor? Oh no. Okay. Vice Chancellor, come on up.
Vice Chancellor, come on down.
I've never met you, but okay. And I'm sorry. Lori, nice to meet you. Okay. We're touring the facility, and one impressive department turned into another impressive department, and it kept going. And then we were walking down the hallway where the computer cyber systems were, cybersecurity. And there was some people inside, and next thing you know, there's a couple young gentlemen in the hallway, and met them, and there was a congratulations in order because they had just won a contest, a nationwide collegiate contest about cybersecurity. It was a 24-hour contest, and colleges from all over the United States were invited, and they came in number one. It was a massive accomplishment, and a small Ivy Tech school in Valparaiso, Indiana, knocked off colleges throughout the nation.
Awesome.
And I was so impressed standing there. I mean, just like, you've got to be kidding me. So many people don't know what wonderful things Ivy Tech has inside, and let alone the accomplishments of some of the kids inside this. It was just, as being a member of the community and passing that facility 1,000 times, I was unbelievably impressed and I just ecstatic. And I called people and said, you don't understand what's in our backyard. And I said, well, we got to recognize them. And that's when I called President Rivas, and we made this all happen. But you want to bring them up and tell them, oh, do you have the belt?
97.
Did the belt come in? Oh. Show up in time. Okay. One of the coolest things too is I said, well, where's the award? You know, a trophy or something? Go, no, it's like a WWF belt. And I saw a picture of it. It's like gold but it was getting inscribed or something, so you don't have it. But it's pretty cool. Okay.
Well, we have Ben Marrero, who's our Dean of the School of IT, and we have Rami Saleh and Rami.
You guys from the team, you want to come up?
I'll let you do all the introductions.
Hi, I'm Ben Marrero. I'm the Dean for the School of Information Technology. And this is the highlight here. I'm just a figurehead, right? So Professor Rami is our program chair for the cybersecurity program. We're really proud and excited about what's going on with cybersecurity. And he'll introduce the winner here. We had the team that took first place nationwide. They were talking about the competitors were 2-year schools, 4-year school, all over the country, and our team came in first. I was pretty proud of that. So I'll let Rami.
Hello, my name is Rami. I'm very proud to introduce my team. The winners of the U.S. Cyber Challenge Cyber Bowl United States 2023 is Dustin Bryce. He is the team who led a winning team to the White House. We're very close to actually being congratulated by the White House, but we have the Assistant Secretary of Department of Homeland Security showed up and give us the award. We have the National Director of the U.S. Cyber Challenge, Luke McCormick, showed up. So he was leading the team. Introduce yourself.
Thank you. As he said, my name is Dustin Price, born and raised here in Valpo. Anywhere I go, somebody knows my parents because they've always been heavily involved in the community. But yeah, I've been with Ivy Tech now a little over a year, got involved in this competition over the summer due to the influence from Professor Rami. And it was actually a 2-part competition. So there's a regional, which was the West Coast and East Coast regionals, each comprised of 40 teams. We took first place in the regional, and the top 3 teams from both regionals competed in the 24-hour national competition, which first in. And now I'm going to introduce Eileen, who's the president of the Women's Security local chapter.
Perfect. Hello, everyone. Like Dustin said, I am the president of the Women in Cybersecurity for the Valparaiso chapter. What? Oh, I gather around other women from different areas. I'm trying to make one for Northwest Indiana, well, Northern Indiana. So like, not only does it help the people in Valparaiso, but it helps the other women that are in other schools that don't have chapters. And it helps women that are feeling intimidated by working in a predominantly male like industry. So a lot of women suffer from imposter syndrome where they feel like their skills aren't as good as a man, like Dustin's right here. But we try to build them up and give them encouragement to, exceed what they think they're not made of. But yes, and to my next is Tabitha.
Hi, I'm Tabitha. Rather than share a bunch about me, I'm actually going to thank Ivy Tech for all of their wonderful, amazing opportunities. I started school very quickly, got involved in our cyber clubs, Women in Cybersecurity. I enjoyed it so much. I ran for student government. I work at the school now in our CSOC, and I'm the Ivy Tech State Board of Trustees student representative. So thank you, Ivy Tech.
I'm Christian. I was invited today. That's about it.
Where are you from?
I'm from Maryville, so actually Lake County, but I go to the Ivy Tech of Valpo, and Professor Rami introduced me to all the cybersecurity stuff, and actually I should be graduating in May here.
Wow. Congratulations.
Yeah. Thank you.
Just want to say something. Thanks for everybody who actually contributed this. For the last 8 years on Ivy Tech, we've been doing the cyber competition. This is the first year we actually win national. We always win the Western or the Eastern boot camps, about 80 teams in the entire United States. And it's the first year we actually have a talented teams, thanks to Dustin's leadership. We're able to make it to the Washington, D.C. and get the honors. And in fact, our names all over the nations. And thank you for hosting us here. Thank you.
In recognition of your outstanding accomplishment, National U.S. Cyber Bowl First Place Gold Belt Award, okay, Ivy Tech Cybersecurity Educational Program. So on behalf of County Council, we appreciate what you guys have done, accomplished. You made the county proud, and we appreciate you coming by. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Thank you. And thank you, Andy and Greg, for.
And if we ever get hacked, we know who to call.
Yeah.
So, all right, we're gonna move on. If you guys want to stick around, stick around. If you don't, you won't hurt our feelings if you get up and walk out.
You can actually watch the streaming of this meeting. It's our first live stream tonight, so we're actually live tonight.
Attorney McClure, you wanna hop up for a second?
And just for Dustin, I do know your parents.
Thank you.
Can't go anywhere. My children can't go anywhere.
All right, so we're gonna finish the work of the adoption of the bonds. So tonight is the last step, and what we got in front of us is a public hearing on the additional appropriation, right, Scott?
On the additional and consideration of the ordinance, it's all one.
Okay, and the consideration of adoption of bond and appropriation ordinance. So
Make it a short meeting.
I'll open the public hearing up for the additional appropriation and the adoption of the bond. This is $25 million bond that we're getting for, again, the work on the jail and the county highway garage and any other major projects, correct?
Those two projects.
Those two projects and this one, the jail and the highway garage. Anybody want to speak on the bonds, $25 million bonds for the jail and the highway? Does anybody want to speak?
No.
Public hearing on the bond and the adoption appropriation of the $25 million for the jail and the highway. Good. Is that 3 times?
Yep.
That is 3
Is that what I'm supposed to do?
3 times.
All right. Nobody? Anybody want to come up? Sheriff, you good with it? I'll close the public hearing.
The only thing I would add is, I think Red wanted the council to be part of the phone call, but on the ratings call, pretty big news. We went from AA- to AA rating for the S&P 500. I think that puts us into some rare company within the state itself. I think when you read why they moved us up to AA, strong economy, good fiscal planning, good budgeting, good reserve accounts, South Shore double tracking, National Fed Park becoming a designated federal park, looking at what the schools have done with having to increase between Valparaiso and Chesterton on referendums, and then additional capital spends, the growth rate of our assessed valuation since the last time we were looked at, which was about 5 years ago. If I want to say 2018, 2017 was the last time we had ratings from the S&P. So overall, it was an enormous team effort between the executive, the fiscal, and the auditor's office. But we were able to get that rating moved up. So it should save us a few basis points on the bond, which is a lot of money when you start looking at paying that interest back over 25 years. So I think it should be something celebrated considerably since I believe that maybe the collar counties surrounding Indianapolis is in the same type of rating, and that has to do with them being able to absorb some of that economic powerhouse, which is the city of Indianapolis. The South Shore double tracking, I think, played a large role in us being able to get into a little bit of credit for the Chicago market as far as the economic impact goes. So I think all of those things together, along with the planning, the budgeting, and the things that have been put in place, was able to get us to move up to that AA rating, which I think everyone involved was hoping for, and we got there. And I think to some extent it was a little bit of a surprise, but I think
Good surprise.
those things came together. So it's something I think in this process that can get glossed over pretty easily, but that saved us some considerable dollars on the interest payback.
Great, that's good news. It's been a little bit of a road here, hasn't it, Scott, since we got here? So did they mention me by name in there at all, or no?
Yeah,
They did?
That's why they gave us the.
I think it was called the Revis Fair.
I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
Mr.
So, all right.
Second.
Whoa.
What we have in front of us is the ordinance for the $25 million bond for the two projects, and to appropriate the money for those couple of projects. We've done the public hearing. I think your attorney is going to direct you that we're going to have to suspend the rules to do it in one reading tonight because it is an ordinance, but I don't think this comes to a surprise to anyone at this point in time. The process we've gone through to get to this final stage. Attorney Shanahan is not here tonight, but he has a pretty darn good excuse considering I think he's at the hospital delivering another one of his children with his wife. So it's hard to complain when those things come up. So that's why he's not joining us.
Nope, I saw the email too. So all right. So I think in front of you, you should have ordinance. What is it?
20. It's.
Yeah.
I'd like to make a motion, Mr. President, for ordinance number 231128, an ordinance of the County Council of the County of Porter, Indiana, authorizing the issuance and sale of general obligation bonds of the county for the purpose of procuring funds to pay for various capital expenditures, together with the incidental expenses in connection therewith, and on account of the issuance of the bonds, therefore, and appropriating the proceeds of the bonds to such purposes to finance the projects in an amount not to exceed $25 million. And that is 231128 ordinance number.
Second. There's a motion, a second. Harold, how do we go? I mean,
It was introduced, I think, at the last meeting, so I don't know.
The ordinance was?
I believe it was, so I don't think we even need to worry about suspending the rules or having a unanimous vote because it was
perfect.
voted on at the last meeting, so. But we do need to vote on it this meeting.
There's a motion and a second to approve ordinance 23-11-28. Any further discussion? Seeing none, can we get a roll call, please?
Sylvia Graham.
Yes.
Mike Brickner,
Yes.
Andy Bozak,
Yes.
Greg Sims.
Yes.
Andy Vasquez.
Yes.
Red Stone.
Yes.
Jeremy Rivas.
Yes.
7-0.
All right, and then we have a resolution in front of us to accompany that, correct?
Yes, we do. And I make a motion for Resolution 231128, a resolution of the County Council of Porter County, Indiana, making a determination of need for certain capital projects and making a preliminary determination to issue bonds. That's 231128.
Second.
Is that a motion and a second? Further discussion? Can we get a roll call on that resolution?
Andy Vasquez.
Yes.
Greg Sims.
Yes.
Andy Bozak.
Yes.
Mike Brickner.
Yes.
Sylvia Graham.
Yes.
Jeremy Rivas.
Yes.
Red Stone.
Yes.
7-0.
Do you want these copies, Scott?
Once you get the originals, yes.
Are these,
I don't think these are the originals, are they?
are these the original? I mean,
The ones that we've
we wrote on
Are
it.
they
Okay, yeah,
originals?
yeah.
Okay.
So stick around while we sign them so that you'll be in possession of these $25 million documents.
I believe we're still on track to get the bonds sold before the end of the year, which my understanding was the goal in the financial plan. That was the best case scenario.
Moving right along. All right, so that takes care of that. So, Public Defender, while you're up here, stepping in for Mr. Elwood, Public Defender Supplemental Fund. We're gonna fly through as long as I can keep my breath. See how fast we can move along here.
Second.
An additional $25,000 of legal services. That was pretty fast. An additional appropriation for legal services needed to get to the end of the year. Was there a motion?
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion, second, discussion. Seeing none, can we get a roll call on the additional out of the supplemental fund?
Greg Sims.
Yes.
Andy Bozak.
I don't know.
Yes.
Mike Brickner.
Yes.
Sylvia Graham.
Yes.
Jeremy Rivas.
Yes.
Red Stone.
Yes.
Andy Vasquez.
Yes.
7-0.
Thank you.
All right.
I'm just signing what's.
Yeah, we got a couple.
Yeah, I think we got multiple copies.
That's all right. Scott, stick around, make sure you just have to give them both copies.
Wait till you see what we did, Scott.
Yeah.
There. Some of them are making them this way, two of them going down that way.
There you go.
I don't happen.
Greg,
I'm gonna sign them for you.
Did you guys?
here's one, Greg.
There's another one.
Oh, there's
Get that out of here. That was just trouble.
This one, that one.
Send it, Andrew.
Juvenile probation.
It's not my name. Although it is.
Juvenile probation supplemental user fee. Here you go, Greg. $3,000 to toxicology lab. Appropriation needed to ensure ample funds to finish out 2023. It's an additional
Motion.
$3,000. Motion, a second. Further discussion. Roll call, please.
Sylvia Graham.
Yes.
Mike Brickner.
Yes.
Andy Bozak.
Yes.
Greg Sims.
Yes.
Andy Vasquez.
Yes.
Red Stone.
Yes.
Jeremy Rivas.
Yes.
7-0.
Thank you.
Andy and Andy.
Juvenile detention. Juvenile detention general fund. There's transfers, couple $3,000 from training and education to food and groceries, $1,000 from travel to groceries, $1,000 from data processing equipment to food and groceries. Reason transfer needed to cover food bills for the remainder of the year. Hello.
Motion approved.
You might want to.
Second.
Motion second, discussion. Seeing none, all in favor of the three transfers signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign, thank you. Weights and measures. Mr. Harper, got some transfers, three of them. Weights and measures, general fund, $300 from training and education, learning. Other than office supplies, transfer needed for 2024 sticker, transfer $300 from training and education to shop supplies, transfer needed for new equipment, transfer $200 from training and education to uniform and clothing. Reason transfer needed for new work clothes.
I make a motion, Mr. President.
Second.
Motion second, discussion. Seeing none, all in favor of the three transfers signify by saying aye.
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 Pose same sign, thank you.
Thank you.
Clerk and Board of Elections and Registration. Clerk Bailey got some transfers. Four of them. $10,000 from election boards to dues and subscription. Reason transfer needed to pay invoice for online campaign finance software. $5,000 transfer from election board members to gas, fuel, and lubrication. Transfer needed to pay invoices for fuel. $10,000 transfer from ballots and coding to other supplies. Reason, transfer needed to pay for new office materials. The fourth transfer, $500 from motor vehicles to travel. Transfer needed to pay travel expenses for upcoming conference. 4 transfers.
When you guys do this, does this go in front of the election board, or does this has nothing directly from you? I'm just curious where this all comes from. Do they go through it and approve it first? What do you guys need to pay for the online campaign finance software? I know why, but why don't we have that money in there? Because I assume we would have budgeted for it last year. Oh, and that cost us more? Was it beneficial?
There's 4 transfers in front of you. 10,000, 5,000, 10,500.
And what kind of new office materials for the 10,000?
That's just in case. I'm moving into the new office and I'll things come up.
Yeah. Sylvia's having a hard time hearing.
That's okay.
So you're moving into new offices next week?
Yeah, we move into the new office next week.
Where are you gonna go in the conference?
It's to Indianapolis.
Hawaii. That'd be nice.
That'd be
Yeah.
I would make a motion on the first 10,000, the first 5,000, and the last 500, but I would not include the just-in-case money for the office move.
There's a motion on the floor for 10,000 for campaign finance software, 5,000 to pay the invoice for fuel, and the 500 for travel.
Yes.
I'll second that.
Motion and a second on those 3 transfers. Discussion.
I'll just make a comment that I'm not against the 10,000. I just don't know what it's for, so it's hard to say, okay, let's do it. That's just so you understand.
We move in a week, and you guys don't have a meeting in December, and so we were told to move everything as quick as we can, and the commissioners are running out of money for our move. So they've already had to redo our gates multiple times.
Is it possible to take a little bit less than the 10,000?
But we don't know what it's for. So that's why that's why
And the new monitors, they've already had to do carpet, paint, they've had to remove the fire suppression. Like, they've depleted all of their funds that they've had for our move. And now we're looking at having to move the Rolodex. If we have to end up having to have the company come in and rebuild the Rolodex. All of this stuff happens in the middle of construction, and we don't have time to go into the general election with half a Rolodex built. And we don't have a meeting next month to come and ask you guys to pay for the money at that point in time.
Are we not having a meeting next month?
No. Wasn't the intention.
Okay.
It's been a while since we have. So
vote on what we have here.
all right, there's a motion and a second on the 3 transfers. All in favor of those 3 motions signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. So have you talked to the commissioners then about this $10,000? They're telling you that they don't have any more money to finish,
They're telling us that they don't have any more money.
and this is to help finish the move that you guys are about to embark on?
Yes, we move next week.
My question was earlier that if you didn't get to 10,000, what would work for you? What would you absolutely need?
I know the,
It's got
rebuild the Rolodex, the company is quoting us
can't be used for.
What's this Rolodex thing?
It's where we keep all the voter registration,
Those big cabinets that move?
that roll, yeah.
You want those?
No, yeah. No. Well, when I think of a Rolodex, I think of the old school.
No, no.
Yeah.
Like when you were here.
You're old, Andy.
Thank you.
So if we don't approve this money,
You're not gonna
what's the
move.
consequences?
I don't know what happens in a week if we run into any problems in the middle of move.
How about the perpetuation fund?
That's a clerk fund, not not an election fund.
Does the election board have any hand in any of this by chance?
Do what?
Do they have a hand in any of this by chance? You know, like when you're moving or?
the election board.
Yeah.
They know we're moving, they know where we're moving to.
They don't know when.
Involved a lot.
So it's not an additional, it's just moving money from a line item to another line item?
Correct.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's a transfer.
It's just moving it for possible other usage.
Yeah, it's all transfers, not additionals.
What's in that ballots and coding account now? Is it flush? Because you got good.
You know, it's got the room, take it.
Yeah, that's what I mean.
You, I'll second. You've been here longer than I have. Maybe you'll.
This earth lot.
You know, I am going to make a motion that we okay this transfer of 10,000 from ballots and coding to other supplies.
I'll second.
Gotta have.
Yeah.
I just wanted to see that.
Motion in a couple seconds. Any further discussion?
We worked through it.
Seeing none, all in favor of the $10,000 transfer signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. Thank you. Prosecutor, stop grant fund, additional $5,000 to salaries. Reason appropriation needed to put into salaries. The stop grant runs from October to October. The new increases reflect the changes. This additional will come with a 144 change. $50,544 to $63,806.75. The deputy prosecutor 9, reason increased stop grant fund $13,262.75 for deputy prosecutor. Total salary increase of $9,206. Retroactive and 123.
Yeah.
Yes.
So the reason for this additional is because this stop grant is from October to October instead of January to December like all other ones. So this is just the 5,000 to get us through the rest of the year. There's enough appropriation there. They just need, or there's enough cash there. The appropriation.
I make a motion.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion a couple seconds. Further discussion? Seeing none, can we get a roll call on the additional and the Form 144?
Mike Brickner.
Yes.
Sylvia Graham.
Yes.
Jeremy Reeves.
Yes.
Red Stone.
Yes.
Andy Vasquez.
Yes.
Yes.
Andy Bose.
Yes.
7-0.
Oh, there's, was this the same? No, you got a couple more, huh? So Prosecutor General Fund 144, same stuff here, right? $2,000 to $2,000. Deputy Prosecutor, increased general fund $200. Oh, it's 2,000 to 220. Increased general fund 200 for deputy prosecutor. Then out of the prosecutor pretrial,
He didn't read it right.
did I not read it right?
No.
Form 144, 25,525. This is a reduction then.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going back to the prosecutor general fund, Form 144, 2,000 to 200, 2,200. Reason, increased general fund $200 for deputy prosecutor, retroactive 10-1.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion a couple seconds.
Part of the grant, or is this different?
Yes,
Yes, what?
it's part of the same. moving
Part of the
same-
grant.
Yeah.
Okay.
Person being paid out of 3 different funds?
Yep.
See no discussion. Roll call on the Form 144 out of the general fund.
Red Stone.
Yes.
Andy Vasquez.
Yes.
Red Sims.
Yes.
Andy Bosick.
Yes.
Mike Brickner.
Yes.
Sylvia Graham.
Yes.
Jeremy Rivas.
Yes, prosecutor pretrial, this Form 144 is a reduction, $25,525 to $21,268.25. Deputy prosecutor, reduced pretrial fund, $4,256.75 for deputy prosecutor.
Motion approved.
Second.
Motion second, discussion. Roll call on the Form 144 reduction.
Andy Vasquez.
Yes.
Greg Sims.
Yes.
Andy Bosick.
Yes.
Mike Brickner.
Yes.
Sylvia Graham.
Yes.
Jeremy Rivas.
Yes.
Red Stone.
Yes.
7-0.
Thank you. Thank you.
Merry Christmas.
You too. Sheriff General Fund, additional $9,800 to overtime. Reason appropriation needed to cover the cost of overtime for the remainder of the year. It's an additional out of the general fund.
Mr. President, I make a motion.
There's a motion and a second. Discussion. Seeing none, can we get a roll call on the additional?
Sylvia Graham.
Yes.
Jeremy Rivas.
Yes.
Red Stone.
Yes.
Andy Vasquez.
Yes.
Greg Sims.
Yes.
Andy Bozak.
Yes.
Mike Brickner.
Yes.
7-0.
Motion carries. We got 3 transfers out of the general fund also. $3,500 from salaries to overtime. $1,750 from physical and psychological services to overtime. $1,000 from printing and other than office supplies to overtime.
Motion to approve.
Reason transfer needed to cover costs. Here, motion and a second on all 3. Discussion. Go ahead, Sylvia.
Well, I just was going to make a comment, talking with Ryan, that this is going to maybe subside for next year when they have an account now that they're getting money in, that hopefully we won't be seeing all of these every time.
Absolutely.
Just for your information.
All right. Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of the 3 transfers signify by saying aye.
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 Same sign, motion carries. Jail general fund reduction of $9,800 to medical and hospital services. Reason reduction needed to cover the cost of overtime in the general fund.
I don't know what that means. Are you putting money back somewhere or moving some? Tell us.
The additional for 9,800 into the sheriff's general fund,
Yep.
we did a reduction in the jail.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion, couple seconds, discussion.
Thank you.
Seeing none, roll call.
Greg Sims.
Yes.
Andy Bozak.
Yes.
Mike Brickner.
Yes.
Sylvia Graham.
Yes.
Jeremy Rivas.
Yes.
Red Stone.
Yes.
Andy Vasquez.
Yes.
7-0.
Transfer $30,000 from salaries to overtime. Transfer needed to cover the cost of overtime for the remainder of the year.
I'm missing that reduction on my sheet. Where's that one at?
It's just above the 30. Oh, I was like,
Man of the year.
I'm trying to get more out of you.
yeah. I don't have it.
Move to approve.
Motion.
Second.
Second, discussion. All in favor of the transfer signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign. Motion carries.
Thank you.
Thank
Holidays.
Merry
Merry
Christmas.
Christmas.
Tourism, Indiana Students Tourism.
See you soon.
There's an additional $10,000 to hourly. Reason appropriation needed for part-time employees, hourly wage, 7 employees for 2023 budget approved in 2022, resulted in a shortage for this line item.
Motion approved.
Motion.
Second.
Second on the additional. Discussion. Hello.
Hi, good.
Seeing none. Roll call on the additional.
Jeremy Rivas.
Yes.
Red Stone.
Yes.
Andy Vasquez.
Yes.
Greg Sims.
Yes.
Andy Bozak.
Yes.
Mike Brickner.
Yes.
Sylvia Graham.
Yes.
7.
Another additional $350,000 to buildings. Reason appropriation needed because of ICT, indigenous cultural trail cost. I think I got it out there.
The ICT.
ICT.
There you go.
I'll make the motion to approve.
Second.
Motion and a second. Further discussion or any discussion?
There's more things than the trail in that, right?
The trail, and then we also have a couple of things for the visitor center redesign
The redesign.
out of that. Yes,
I read, I thought.
but we do have some, because we did the finished part at the end of the summer and fall, so we have a couple of those big bills are still coming in for the ICT as well.
That's the final figure, right?
What's that?
The final figure on that?
Yes.
Okay.
It's going to be very nice.
It already is really nice. Yeah.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, could we get a roll call on that additional?
Sylvia Graham.
Yes.
Jeremy Rivas.
Yes.
Red Stone.
Yes.
Andy Vasquez.
Yes.
Greg Sims.
Yes.
Andy Bozak.
Yes.
Mike Brickner.
Yes.
7-0.
Third additional $8,000 to building and structures repair and maintenance. Reason appropriation needed because of the visitor center is 17 years old and more funds are needed to repair the front entry door and HVAC work remains outstanding.
I'll make a motion to.
Second.
Motion, second, discussion.
Lorelei, does the HVAC, does our maintenance department here help with that, or is that out of contract?
It's an outside contract, so we do everything 100% on the building out of our budget.
But if that's our building, shouldn't our maintenance, because we've got HVAC certified people,
Are you trying to give us more work?
kinda. But if it's cheaper, I don't know, I've just.
No, in the past, we did talk to the maintenance, it's not the current one that's in place, but I think just the amount of staffing that he had, I don't think he could take on the extra building.
Okay,
So we just make sure we have that budgeted in our budget.
okay. Just had to ask, because
No, it's a great question because the former guy was saying the same thing, but he needed additional staff in order to take our building. I think there was another building as well.
Oh,
So if you had an additional member,
then we would do that?
He was, now this is the former director, not the current one that oversees maintenance. He was just saying that if he took on our building, and I think there was one in Portage, that he would need additional staff to do that. So that's a cost on your guys' side. So, you know, and nothing progressed from that conversation.
Okay, thank you.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, could we get a roll call on that last additional?
Craig Sims.
Yes.
Andy Vasquez.
Yes.
Red Stone.
Yes.
Jeremy Reeves.
Yes.
Sylvia Graham.
Yes.
Mike Brickner. Andy Bozak.
Yes.
7-0.
Great. Thank you, guys.
Carries.
Have a great.
Thanks, Lorelei.
Memorial Opera House.
Have a good night.
Looks like a director, 55,000 to 0. No longer an interim director, taking $45,830 to $48,830 administrative coordinator. Reason, new director Megan Stoner was appointed September 17, 2023. The interim director is no longer needed.
Did we change that title too from executive director to business director?
Not that I'm aware of.
What's this business director that pays 66,000? Is that you?
Well, that would be me, but
Because it says business director now instead of executive director.
Now you're the administrative coordinator?
No.
No, the administrative coordinator is Natalie,
Yeah.
who was the interim. I was hired on as the executive director, so that must be a mistake.
Is there a business director and an executive director?
No.
I don't know. Why does it say that? You guys know?
Let's get it on there. On this.
It just
Why
seems
not?
the word
That's a good call.
throws me
It's a
off.
good call. Yeah, that's a good call.
Oh, I know she's dreaming of a white Christmas. That's all.
It's true.
Starting Thursday.
Doesn't matter.
Little commercial announcement while we're.
It doesn't matter. All right, I think.
Oh, I just was wondering.
Yeah.
So does that figure?
Yeah. All right.
Yeah, she didn't.
The figure still stands true. Yeah, regardless of what title
It's just
What we call you?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Cleaning up the interim portion here. Any
Move to approve.
motion?
Second.
Second. Discussion. Roll call on the Form 144 changes.
Yes.
Craig Sims.
Yes.
Andy Vasquez.
Yes.
Red Stone.
Yes.
Jeremy Reeves.
Yes.
Sylvia Graham.
Yes.
Mike Brickner.
Yes.
7-0.
There you go.
Break a leg Thursday.
Good luck.
Porter County Expo. Lori, you got some transfers, additional $175,000 to interfund transfer. Reason, appropriation needed to move monies from PC Expo Center Fund into capital fund to keep reimbursement monies from FEMA for capital improvement projects that come up in the future.
I'll make a motion.
Second.
You gotta have it. You gotta move.
Motion and a second. Discussion?
What that is.
Seeing none, can we get a roll call?
Red Stone.
Yes.
Andy Vasquez.
Yes.
Craig Sims.
Yes.
Andy Bozak.
Yes.
Mike Brickner.
Yes.
Sylvia Graham.
Yes.
Jeremy Reeves.
Yeah.
7-0.
Transfer $7,000 from power to contractual services. Reason, transfer needed to pay for repairs to sprinkler systems and fire alarm based on issues noted on inspection report. There's some more transfers if you want to keep going.
Yeah.
Same fund, $1,200 from gas, fuel and lubricants to water and sewer, $600 from travel to water and sewer, $500 from building liability comp, coverage to water and sewer transfer needed to cover increased water and sewage usage.
Motion approval.
Second.
There's a motion and a second to approve 2, 3, 4 transfers. Further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of the transfers signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign, motion carries. Porter County Expo Center Capital Fund, $175,000 to building and structures, repair and maintenance. Reason, appropriation needed to move monies from Porter County Expo Fund to keep the reimbursement monies from FEMA. Why does that seem like it's the same thing? Oh.
And then you have to do the additional.
Gotcha. So the additional
Motion
was,
approved.
all right. Motion,
Second.
second. Does that all seem right, Ryan, Dave?
Yep.
Any further discussion? Seeing none, can we get a roll call?
Mike Brickner.
Yes.
Sylvia Graham.
Yes.
Jeremy Reeves.
Yes.
Red Stone.
Yes.
Andy Vasquez.
Yes.
Craig Sims.
Yes.
Andy Bozak.
Yes.
7-0.
Thank you. All right.
Good holiday.
Portage Township Assessor. Portage Township Assessor General Fund. Form 144 changes 49,980 to 0. 0 to 46,000 for a residential director, 0 to 46,000 commercial director, 43,967 to 5,967 assessment specialist 3, 0 to 43,967 assessment specialist 2. Reasoned, chief deputy retired, restructuring department, amount of reduction is 3,934. Changing the salaries and titles for assessment specialist 2 to residential director. The accompanying amount, assessment specialist 3 to resident, I said that, assessment specialist 3 to commercial director in the corresponding amount. Decreasing assessment specialist 3 from 3 to 1, 45,967, adding assessment specialist 2 from 0 to 43,967, removing chief deputy and 2 assessment specialist 3s. Positions, adding 1 residential director, 1 commercial director, and 1 assessment specialist, 2 position. That's a lot in November, December. When did this
Yeah.
chief deputy retire?
November 6th.
Was this anticipated?
No.
These changes are these title changes too?
Yes.
Are they, because we'll compare now with our county assessor, correct? Because we had the same positions on each, for your office and for our,
That is correct, yes.
and by you changing them now, it's gonna be hard to compare this auditor versus this auditor.
Assessor.
These assessors, excuse me. I personally don't like any of those changes, I'll just to let you know. Now, I'm not talking about the money, I'm just talking about the wording of them,
Okay.
because they don't match what we have currently set out. My opinion, I'm not speaking for anyone else, but just wanted.
I
Make a motion to, I was gonna say, just table it then till.
I have a concern with this. You're going to have 3. It seems like you're having more bosses than you are workers. You know, how are you going to handle the load?
But well, the commercial and the residential director are splitting the work of the chief deputy.
They're splitting the work of who?
The chief deputy.
It sounds to me like, well, I'm thinking ahead. You're
Okay.
setting, you're restructuring, which is fine, a lot of people do it. Usually not at the last month or last meeting of the year, but I kind of see where we're going to be setting ourselves up for more people coming into this. You're asking for more people down the road. You got a lot of chiefs and not enough Indians. Just my way of looking at it. So I'm not very much in favor of this.
Well, my question would be with Councilman Bozak is, what prompted these changes, the title changes?
Because the chief deputy retired at the last minute with.
I understand, but when someone retires, you just replace that person that retired. But you're restructuring, what, I'm just curious, why shift everything just because one person retired?
Well, I feel like my office runs pretty smoothly, and I didn't feel like I needed to bring in a new chief deputy, and I wanted to promote those two. They're already trained on the chief deputy's work. They've already been filling that position, doing the work of her, 'cause she was gone.
Couldn't you still do that under the same titles? And keep it the same as our assessors here? From what, I mean, it kind of makes sense.
Okay.
That would be confusing in budget season, you know, because we've had the assessors from Portage ask for different raises or different things, and we've compared and contrasted and tried to keep things fair. We don't want to be competing against ourselves.
Mm-hmm.
I'm still.
Why did you ask for, in your letter, retro pay to September 6th?
Because they have all stepped into these roles starting November 6th.
Oh, this says September.
There was a, I corrected that earlier.
Oh.
Sorry. November 6th.
I don't know.
I personally think that you should work with a few people on the council and try to figure this out. And
Talking
not
about
the-
tabling it?
Yes.
That's my opinion. I'm just,
I make a motion, we just table it, you guys can.
Second.
Second.
work with your liaisons and
Yeah.
let's figure it out that it works, but hopefully still.
It's a motion, a couple seconds to table, further discussion? Seeing none, all in favor of the motion to table signify by saying aye.
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 Opposed, same sign. So The request has been tabled. Nothing changes at the moment.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Auditor, general fund transfer, $5,640 to sales of capital assets to interfund transfer. Reason transferring proceeds of sheriff's sale for RWRD for payment.
Yeah, we need your permission to write a check to Waste and Recycling. That was their proceeds from the sheriff's sale of the items that they sold in there, so.
Motion to approve.
Second.
Motion, couple seconds, further discussion. All in favor of the transfer signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Same sign. Council.
Do you want me to go up there?
Yeah, go up there, Greg.
I am not going to sit up in front of you.
Opioid. There was a request to put this on. I figured, fine, let's put it on, have some discussion. It's a request for an additional $25,000 to contractual reason for consideration and discussion. Divided among these three agencies, juvenile detention's asking for another $5,000. I don't know if they left. Portage Recovery Association, $10,000, and Moraine House, $10,000.
Correct.
I mean, Greg, do you want to speak on this?
Sure,
The
yeah.
request?
The Juvenile Detention Center, we authorized some money for their programs, for their games that they go out to the community and stuff. Well, it's working well, and they need some more funds to enhance it. They kind of realized that, okay, this is a starting point, and after they got into it, they realized, oh my gosh, with a little bit more, we can do more. So that's where that $5,000 is coming in. The Portage Recovery Association, we gave them that $10,000 for the rent for their building, the coffee house. It's been doing great, but they've been having some problems getting people to volunteer for it. So the $10,000 will help with some operating expenses to really get it going.
Is it going to get going, though?
It is going. Oh, it is going.
No, but that's scary that they need $10,000. How long will that allow them to operate for? And will they be coming back to us? Or will they be closing down if they...
No.
Years?
No, there's no... I mean, it's going positive, but this will help them continue going more positive. Again, this would help with some salaries and stuff.
How long will that last? The 10 grand?
Well, we honestly, we told them that if we approve this, that basically our spigot is turned way down. So they know we're not a handout, kind of a thing. Just to.
Are they here tonight? Anyone?
No, I don't see them here today. No. But that's what that's about. And then, if you ever go visit, I mean, I highly recommend it. It's awesome, and they have people come by on the weekends to watch the games and play some pool. So it's a great place for people that don't have another place to go without alcohol and stuff. And then the Moraine House, they benefited greatly from our donation for the roof and the gutters, and now the upstairs needs a fire, an emergency escape situation. The building is not compliant, so they need help to make sure that they're code enforced for the fire escape. So that $10,000 will cover that. So their house is going to be solid then.
Being that you're the person here that has the answers, I'm in favor of the Marine House. How much money do we have left in this account?
Oh, we've got a lot. As a matter of fact, we're currently discussing the possibility of adding another social worker for the county, and we have plenty of money left over from that. We have at least, if we were down the road to add another social worker to help Sam with her load, then we'd have another $100,000 yet.
I have a question for you. Oh, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
No, that's okay.
Is it, so I know there's different amounts in the unrestricted and restricted. Is there a difference why we're taking out of unrestricted? We're doing you know what I'm saying?
Theoretically, all these count as restricted.
Are we going to do 320 next month, possibly? The 320 house in Chester? I think it was on the agenda. Are we bringing it forward?
Yeah, I have not seen it. I have not been in contact with 320.
We already donated something to them.
Right.
Weren't they supposed to be on the...
No, they weren't. I just said that they...
Okay. I thought...
Oh, that was the typo. Yes, that should have been the Portage Recovery, not 320. But if they've got another program yeah, I mean, that's what our money is.
So I guess what I'm saying is if we have restricted and unrestricted, the unrestricted we could use for
anything. Correct.
That's be used for, there's a set of guidelines.
Yes.
Wouldn't this be better served to take out of the restricted because?
These are all restricted. These should all be restricted.
It says
Unrestricted.
Out of unrestricted.
Oh, they should be
I
restricted.
want to make sure that we have something just in case. I know there were some other people that asked, and I don't want to use up all, the unrestricted funds, or the restricted funds. I think there's a lot more money in the restricted funds than the unrestricted.
Yeah, I was under the.
And I would agree with that. If you can ever use it
Because there's-
restricted, you should always use it.
Because as you know,
It was advertised restricted?
the prosecutor
Okay.
sent us,
I just followed the same format as you did last time.
Okay, it was advertised, it's restricted, so.
okay, but the prosecutor sent us
Should be
a sheet during
restricted.
budget time and said he might have something that he wants to do. He was looking for some additional help, and I didn't want to take it out of unrestricted because that could be an opportunity to help our prosecutor.
Oh, if it's able to be in restricted, we should put everything.
It was advertised that way.
Yeah.
Yeah,
What if we didn't pass it and passed it next month? Well,
it'd be 2 months.
correctly,
Yeah.
under restricted.
No, these are restricted.
Yeah.
Oh, it was
They're
advertised.
restricted.
It was advertised.
It's advertised restricted.
Typo.
Yes, yes,
Take the honor.
yes.
Okay, thank you.
And I'll be very honest, Commissioner Regnitz and I, we're both under the same idea that as much should be restricted as possible, because then it locks it in for exactly what the money's supposed to be used for.
How are the
Yeah.
Threw me off, that's why I was.
Yeah.
Same here.
Just curious, how are these groups finding you? And if somebody is listening out there, and
Yes.
has something they want to
Yes.
present, would they come to you and commissioner? Would they?
Correct. Or theoretically, any one of us. Honestly, they can go to any commissioner or any council member, and then we, have a discussion. It just kind of seemed that Commissioner Regnitz and I were the ones that kind of started it, so to speak. By no means, we never voted on, this and that for us two to take over, but yes, anybody, and what we were talking about, if we approve this, and if down the road we approve that social worker, then the next thought is, with all the money left over, we would try and formulate some kind of a committee to get grant, like a grant procedure, like we did with the ARPA funds, so to speak, where we'd say, okay, we're going to allocate as a council, we're going to allocate $80,000 next year for restricted use of the opioid funds, and then have a process where people can apply, and then have a small group that looks through them, recommends, and then comes back to the board.
That was my next
Yeah.
question, was to have a process going
Correct.
forward, so we just.
Absolutely. Because what the concern would be is when and if we're all long gone, the money still comes in, there's a process in place so future members of council kind of have a guideline to how to disseminate this money instead of wasting it on something that's not for the purpose that it was originally designed for.
Yeah, I talked to Commissioner Regnitz today a little bit about it.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we should definitely have ourselves a direction and then a process in place. But, I thought it was fine to have a discussion on it. I just personally think, when did we give the money out? A month or two?
We just gave it like 3 months ago, I think, or something.
Right.
Coming back, it's not gonna stop.
Is this the second round of money for the Moraine House, JDC?
Yeah.
And I guess my question is, and I know, you're coming and saying this what it's used for, but as a fire escape, we're giving out this a significant amount of money for a purpose, and there isn't anybody here from these agencies, knowing that they might get $10,000 tonight, here to let us know where is this money going, what is the benefit, how is it anything to do with, I know the Moraine House, what they do there, but how is it anything to do with the,
Opioid.
these funds, the opiate funds?
Well, if
Yeah,
that,
I know, and I know we have the money,
yeah.
but just because we have the money, to just be giving it out because people are asking, I'm just kind of sharing with the group some things that come to my mind that,
Don't worry about it right now.
because I think there's going to be some other needs down the road, and how are we going to decide to disseminate and disperse these funds? And again, nothing against these organizations, but they have received funds already.
Well, but
and
this
now
is
they're wanting more.
Well, let's just use the Moraine House as an example. When they first, remember that halfway house is beneficial to the judge's rule on people to get in the community under these conditions. Well, if we don't have a halfway house to service some people, then they stay in jail.
Yeah, well, I'm familiar
So-
with the Lorraine House. It's
Okay.
been around for a long time, but I would think somebody from the Lorraine House would have been here
Yeah.
to
Was there a
advocate
conversation with them?
for these funds.
Yeah.
Did you know
Additional,
they didn't need to be-
additional $10,000.
Yeah, I thought they were going in front of the commissioners personally, but
That's what I was asking. That's
But
Yeah.
the question for the Moraine House, if it's a fire escape, that should be unrestricted and not restricted. That's what I'm saying, is that's why I don't know what I mean, I agree with you, Mike.
Point.
well, but I guess the thing was, since that house is under the service of substance abuse and everything else, it falls under the guise of restricted for that, because that helps keep that facility viable and up and running. So without that house,
No, you're right.
I don't know where those people go.
I know I read the restricted and unrestricted months ago in the uses, so.
Yeah,
I just,
yeah.
know. And that's, like I said at the beginning, kind of got me screwed up was
Yeah.
typo.
The,
so.
The
No, you're
Portage-
fine, Joey.
The Portage Recovery, we're gonna give them 10,000 more, so that.
If
what
we
I'm
vote on
hearing-
it.
Well, what I'm hearing is that they're gonna maybe hire some part-time help.
Correct.
So that is what we are doing by giving them more money to do that. We are saying that we will be paying for those part-time people in the future.
Well, I mean, whenever the 10,000, whatever it is, but I guess the other way to look at it is, if we're helping them operate that facility and then we say this is it, then that gives those people a place to go, so they don't fall back into going into a bar and getting a drink, or going into an area where there's some nasty stuff going on. I mean, I'd highly recommend either go to 320 or go, and there's other places too, where the Portage Recovery, go to an open AA meeting and see what these people are going through. And you hear, I mean, it's amazing what they're trying to do to put themselves on track for our community, for themselves and everything. And I guess we've got a lot of money. If this is just a little bit that they're asking for that can help them stay viable and do good, then maybe it's worth consideration. That's all I'm saying. I support it, but I understand some, concern as well.
Once you start paying people to work part-time, it's going to be very hard to go back to being a volunteer organization. Once you've set that precedent that we're now paying for these positions, which is fine. That's
Yeah.
for them. But that's and they're not even here to question tonight. So
Yeah.
for me, that's my big holdup. I can't get an answer from them, and I don't know how long that money's going to last or what they're really
I think
planning.
Yeah.
part of this money was to help some of these programs kind of get started and see how successful they are. I don't know, I guess I'd want to be cautious about sustaining these programs from these funds. Does that make any sense?
Yeah, but I mean, again,
Sustain it, time, month after month and year after year.
Well, it's up to us. I mean, if we approve this 10,000 and they have the thing, and they come in the future and say we need more, then the door is closed. But if we don't approve it, I mean, it is what it is. We've got a little bit of vested interest in them, and I don't know, is it worth a little bit more or not? I don't know, but I know if they get hourly, if they get paid some people there, then that'll help generate some funds into their savings so that they can sustain themselves. At least that's another way of looking at it. But all I can do is present the information. I mean, I'm in favor of it, but if it gets turned down, because then it is what it is.
I think we definitely need to maybe put a group together and work on putting an official process.
Well-
The money's going to be coming in pretty steady for
I was going to ask that question.
foreseeable future.
So,
Yeah.
Well, just the process right now, Greg, is that if somebody could ask any one of us
correct.
for money,
Yes.
and then we just kind of come back with that request to see if we vote on it. Maybe that's what I'm looking at. We have these funds. Should there be more of a streamlined way of disseminating the funds to make sure that
Right.
we're using this money the best? And again, nothing against these.
Oh, no,
But using these funds, in the best way possible with the information we have, and have something a little bit more formal.
Yeah.
Again, just throwing it out there.
Yeah.
It's just my thought.
All right, so there's that request in front of you. I think we definitely need to get a process in place, sooner the better, so we need to work with the commissioners and do that. But is there any action on these 3 requests?
I'd make a motion on the juvenile detention center for 5,000.
There's a motion on the floor.
Okay, I'll second that.
There's a second. Further discussion? All in favor of the $5,000 to the juvenile detention center? Get a roll call on that. It's an additional.
Jeremy Rivas.
Yes.
Fred Stone.
Yes.
Andy Vasquez.
Yes.
Greg Sims.
Yes.
Andy Bozak.
Yes.
Mike Brickner.
No.
Sylvia Graham.
Yes.
6-1.
All right. Get into second reading, please.
So what do we do with the Marine House? So Marine House, we didn't make a motion on it, or?
You know.
There was a
I'm
motion
very-
on the floor just for the one. I mean, I asked if there's
Well-
action. Is there action on any of the other items?
Are you making a motion?
My concern is they're needing a fire for the second floor. I hate to say no to that. So I will make a motion for the Marine.
Second.
Motion and a second. Further discussion?
I would just like to specify that we're not, at least from my perspective, I'm not pushing Portage Recovery Association and saying that they're not good, doing great things, just have questions, so that's why I couldn't.
Exactly.
No, I think we all have.
And
I didn't want-
I totally agree. We do need to come up with a format for this. Being that you're saying this money is going to be forthcoming for quite a while.
Well, it's already here. I mean,
I would just-
and more's coming, but yeah.
The only thing I'll just ask of the group is if we would consider, I don't know about a motion, but before we spend more money, I don't know how long it would take to come up with some kind of a little bit more of a structured process. I don't know if it's, I don't think it would take that long, maybe by next, but to have something, in
I
place
understand.
before we spend more money from these funds, because, I think there are a lot of needs in our county, but just kind of do it the right way. I think we took a step back with the ARPA money, and we just, took a pause to at least have a process. And I'm just wondering if it's something we should look at, because there's a substantial amount of money, and I just think that in the future, there are going to be people coming with requests, and that's just my thought.
All right, was there a motion and a second?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
I think it brings us to a bigger problem now that there's been 2 motions, is that looking at the advertisement, it only shows that there was $10,000 in contractual service advertised. Is that correct?
I thought it was 50.
I had 50.
For restricted?
1, 2, 3, 8. I think the only discrepancy there is the advertisement says opioid restricted 138, where it's
We have something on that?
Yes.
unrestricted. We added it 50,000.
Well, where's that showing that was advertised at all? This is the advertisement, right? Why is?
For those of you guys looking, we've got a guy signing papers if you needed paper signed.
This is what you sent?
County. Oh, you're back? No.
Why is this November 9th?
I figured you didn't want to sit by Andy. Was
All right.
really the.
No, my gosh. No.
What is the amount?
Baseball,
Advertised
me?
50.
For
But
50?
yeah, for 50, you could take it down to 25.
All right, we're good. So there was a motion and a second on the floor for $10,000 for the Marine House, is that correct?
Yes.
Can we get a roll call on that motion?
Greg Sims.
Yes.
Yes.
Sylvia Graham.
Yes.
Jeremy Rivas.
No.
Stone.
No.
Andy Vasquez.
Yes.
4.
Motion carries.
Cool.
Anything else on that? All right, now to second reading.
The following additionals have been passed tonight. General fund, overtime, $9,800. Medical and hospital services, reduction of $9,000. Public defender supplemental, legal services, $5,000. Opioid unrestricted 1238, sexual services of $15,000. Juvenile probation user fees, toxicology lab, $3,000. PC Expo fund, interfund transfer, $175,000. PC Expo capital fund, building and structures, $175,000. Stop grant salaries, $5,000. PCC RVC tourism, hourly, $10,000. Building and structures, $8,000. Building, $1,000. Second reading.
All right, what's your guys' pleasure on second?
Motion approved.
Motion? Second.
I'll second.
Discussion on everything we already did? Roll call on second reading.
Andy Bozick,
Indisposed.
Mike Brickner,
Yes.
Sylvia Graham,
Yes.
Mary Rivas,
Yes.
Fred Stone,
Yes.
Andy Vasquez.
Yes.
Ken Sims.
Yes.
6-0.
All right, thank you. All right, we were asked to make an appointment to the, Hebron Economic Development Commission. I don't know if they've got some stuff coming out, it's just a one term. Looks like you got one person that applied,
Her name.
Daniel Rose Hogg. I apologize. It should be in there, so.
Yeah, it's Town of Hebron.
Hey, hold before you, don't worry.
Yes, sir.
You don't allow them down there.
Yeah,
He's my work teacher.
so we need to make an appointment, I guess.
He's the only one that applied?
Yes, he is.
Only one that applied.
And the one they recommended.
Maybe that is her. Maybe
Is that the one they
is-
recommended,
I don't know.
I believe?
Yeah.
I make a motion, Jeremy.
Second.
Motion second.
There you go, sir.
Discussion. All in favor of the appointment, signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed, same sign. The adoption of the 2024 salary ordinance.
Motion.
Just to kind of codify everything we did during budget session. There's a motion on the floor. Probably Dan, yeah. Is that what I said? Sorry. Motion to adopt the salary ordinance that we approved.
Move to approve.
Budget session. There's already a motion.
Second.
Second. Motion and second. Further discussion. Seeing none, can we get a roll call on the salary ordinance?
Sylvia Graham,
Yes.
Mary Rivas,
Yes.
Fred Stone,
Yes.
Andy Vasquez,
Yes.
Fred Sims.
Yes.
Andy,
Yes.
Mike Brickner.
Yes.
7-0.
All right, that's the budget session complete. Do you guys need me to sign this? Any attorney's report? Nothing new. Anything from the council? Anything from the general public? Open it up, specific to any agenda item. Seeing none, I will entertain a motion to adjourn.
Yes, sir.
Moved.
Probably for the rest of the year.
Second.
Wishing everybody
a Merry Christmas.
very merry, safe.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas.
Happy Hanukkah.
You too.
Happy. That's what covered.
Motion is second for the discussion. All in favor signify by saying aye. Opposed?
Aye.
Adjourn till 2024.
Didn't give me a chance to say